Yo, welcome back on the play with a pretty medium hand, but not too bad. We'll give it a try. My opponent is very likely to play bots of some kind, um, so this hand isn't stellar against that kind of a strategy. I guess the good news is if the probe finds a green source, I can hold the Besaju. I guess ideally we just draw a fetch and then we can play 2-2 Nakotl and hold on to the Besaju for a more impactful, or a better usage of the Besaju. And there's also a Cracker, so maybe that'll help us along the way as well. Otherwise, the hand's fine. We did find a land that'll make the Nakotl big, but not a green source. Still want to get the aggro going and force the misstep. So let's go with this. There could be some argument to hold it there, to try and play it post voice, and then the missteps are going to be ineffective. But I think it's more likely that we're just going to tap our mana each turn. Prefer to do that. Let's go with the Sky Knight here. The hand's a little anemic. It needs to draw mana sources pretty quickly for it to do much of anything. That's a good sign. Okay. They miss their land drop, and I get to go voice. Put a counter on the Sky Knight. Cradle. Streetwise. And then we can put 2 more counters on the Sky Knight, and now it's already flying. These hands come together pretty nicely. Next turn we can Green Suns for the Feline Sovereign, which kills artifacts whenever you connect with a cat, and that should seal the deal. Yeah. Yeah, interesting keep from them. I guess it had Spear, Land, Misstep, but on the draw, I guess it really needed to had 2 draw steps to hit a land for the Surge engine. Otherwise, it doesn't really get there. Against bots, all these cards I'm putting in this pile are decent options. I think I'll just start cutting and see where we end up for how many playables we need, and then we can kind of revisit these. Some of them are all-stars, some of them are more so-so, so let's see what cards we definitely don't want and kind of base our sideboarding on that. I think we can trim some of the slower, grindy, like this card's good for card advantage and good against interaction, but bots isn't particularly. Well, it's going to go over me if we play a long game, and the preventing them from casting spells on my turn is pretty unexciting, pretty ineffective against what they do. I think all of these are worth bringing in, and I'll just cut the most medium threat that I have left over. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. I think Dismember's good enough. Let's go with this. Notably, they did mull 5 that game, so that we can imagine why that would be a keep. Onto a few cards. Hand's a little land heavy, but does have two pretty good pieces of interaction from the Relic Water and the Beseiju. The Once Upon a Time can maybe find a premium threat or something early to do, and I think that's enough reason to keep. Mulligan's to 6 this time. Okay, kind of three options here. I think I like the Arbiter. I think Leon Arbiter is the best. If they, for whatever reason, don't crack map next turn, then the Arbiter is going to effectively turn it off. The other lands, I've already got 5, well, let's say 4 lands, assuming Beseiju is going to be used as a spell. Krakus isn't the most effective against bots, and Cradle is good, but not that necessary given how much mana we've already got. Let's grab the Arbiter and try and get our fetches out of the way before we resolve it. Get a Portico here, we'll be pretty happy with that. Okay, looks like they are just going to crack map. That's a good one. I think I just want to Relic Water a land, assuming this is going to get a Tolarian that effectively cuts them off of 2 mana. The Arbiter's just not gonna, well, I mean, they're just gonna respond, so let's go with the water. Noticeably it exiles, so we get to nab the Citadel, and then if we draw a green source, or a green spell, we can use the Force of Vigor to kill the next land, or the next artifact, plus the Tree of Tales. It might even be here that we should just bike your hero and pitch it to the Force to kill the Tree of Tales plus their next thing. That's probably a pretty safe bet, considering we'd also have Beseiju to follow up. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. Just making the Academy as bad as possible is really our goal at this point. Well, our hand is flush with Disenchant, so I like our odds. Let's play the Pride Mage this turn, and then we'll probably just actually hardcast the Force next turn. I'll probably upkeep, hit the Tree of Tales. Okay. It's a pretty good Dismember. Let's hit the train now, just in case they... I don't really think there's much of anything they could use the mana effectively on the Tolarian for, but they would have access to 1 more mana right now if I hadn't responded by killing that. Alright, they do have heaps of mana now, so I guess we're probably off of the attacking their mana based plan and more interested in going after their threats with the Force of Vigor and the Beseiju now. I could just play the... I guess they're probably going to... They're going to play any threat they can pre-combat to pump up the Nettle Cyst, so I'll probably just kill whatever that threat is plus the Nettle Cyst, and that'll be pretty good. And if they don't play anything further, I'll probably just end step kill Nettle Cyst plus Opal. The awkward thing about this play is that they're going to get the opportunity to crack the Treasure Vault, and then that's also going to pump up the Tolarian, but if we do this line, we can also Asage the Tolarian and then just leave him with a pile of treasures. And then they'd probably get to cast one more big spell after that, but that I think we can manage to defeat that, hopefully. Green source. Kill this and this. I guess it is pretty good if they actually do go for this, because they're definitely incentivized to do so. Okay, they don't. What do I know? Let's get a little funky with it. Wait, upkeep with Seiju the Tolarian, then they're also going to have to pay for the Seiju. Doesn't really change much, but because I'll just tap the Tolarian to pay for it. Okay, I had a feeling they might mess that up. Most people, if it's the first time they played against Leon and Arbiter, they assume that they can pay the mana after the fact, but you need to remove this kind of static ability from the game before you search. Yep, my opponent's just come to realize this. Okay, they draw a Saga. They're fighting pretty hard against my 7 disenchants. I guess the good news is the Arbiter is going to hold off well, at least make the third chapter a bit worse. Guess we're just going to get aggressive. I think there's probably no draws that I can really have that wouldn't allow me to either pitch something to the Chromox or just draw a land and buy and play the Kihira, which I think would probably produce lethal. Likely they could just produce a Saga token. Okay, I have drawn a land. Oh, I fell for my own Arbiter. So this can be a 2/2. I don't really want to trade the Arbiter for the Construct, because then they get to search through the Arbiter without any trouble. I think I'll just attack with the Savannah Lands. If I want to take this trade, that's pretty good for me as well. Considering next turn this is going to be 5+, I wouldn't have any good attacks. I guess I'll buy Kihira and then I would have a 5/5, but if I can play any further artifact after that, then it's going to be up to a 6/6, and I'm kind of blanked. Looks like they've come to the same conclusion. So I've used the Dismember, so at least they'll have to choose between making a Saga token and paying for the Arbiter. I think they've messed up again. They have. Unless they just want the mana and play a 4-drop. Okay, they've messed up again. Yeah, it's a pretty unique card that you need to click, like, you if you're playing against this thing, you just need to click on it and then it'll say, would you like to pay 2? And then you do, and then you can search. It's not a trigger. Okay, a little bit scuffed. If you learn anything from this video, that's how Leon and Arbiter works. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.